I like that flag, lest we forget. I got a t-shirt like that.
Our skies. Now all of these things are an attack and a war against all of us. And in that is also the farmers, the way that they're attacking, because it's changing the pH in the soil now. And just go look and see and find out who's got the patents for the seeds that are going to grow in the new soil. Yeah, Monsanto government. So we got a lot of problems that we're going to deal with. But I want to ask you a couple of questions. How's everybody doing?
Yeah!
And why are we here today?
For the farmers.
What? What? Freedom!
And I think this truck, the guy here, we know, met him, Don Blair from Coronation, Alberta. He's a farmer.
People missing screenings for diabetes and cancer tests. We act like this ain't hazardous, it's already disastrous. Why? Tell me how could our leaders ever stand for this? Listen to your heart, it will tell you what the answer is. We're the ones facing all the hardships and the challenges. They're the ones who laugh at us from penthouses and palaces. I'm not your enemy, but you don't want me near. I'm not your enemy, but I'm the one you fear. Why are you scared of me? That don't make no sense. We all got enemies. Now what we need is friends. We're all in this together, but not the way they mean. We're all in this together, and they ain't on our team. We're gonna have to wake up if we wanna live the dream, and start treating each other like our fellow human beings. Separated we are weak, divided we are conquered. Together we're unstoppable, united we will prosper. So let us stop the usury, strengthen our communities, and build up our immunity through fellowship and unity. But you don't want me near. I'm not your enemy.
It's actually kind of a hard music to do, eh? You try to sing them lyrics.
That don't make no sense. We've all got enemies. Now what we need is friends. I'm not your enemy, but you don't want me near. I'm not your enemy, but I'm the one you fear. Why are you scared of me? That don't make no sense. We've all got enemies. Now what we need is friends.
You're cold on the butt.
There's some major injustice going on right there, and we definitely want to support those boys for standing up for our freedoms last year. All right, so we also have a bunch of t-shirts here, and we're gonna have all these t-shirts up for raffle. So what do you guys say we do a raffle right now? We're gonna have the lovely Carrie pick us out a shirt here to raffle off. And remember, all of this is going to a very good cause, our local food banks, because Justin Trudeau doesn't want us to eat unless it has mRNA vaccines in it, doesn't he?
Yeah.
So,
how much better of a day could we possibly spend
on Valentine's Day than showing some love for our farmers, right? That's why we're out here, right? Because we love our farmers, we love what they do, we love the food that they provide for us, much of which is in the Whistlestop right now. You like my, oh, my button's hidden. I got a new button today. Can you see it?
Nice button.
It's just a picture of Justin Trudeau with a Liberal thing on there. And I couldn't help myself. I've asked everybody today, what do you think of my button? And they look at it, they're like, oh, that's a... Oh. And the result is always the same. And it goes to show, and it tells me that as Albertans, I would say for the most part, we're pretty unhappy with our federal government. Am I correct in that assumption? Now, why is it that we're unhappy with our federal government?
It's a screwing us.
There's a lot of reasons. But I would say at the core of all of it is because they don't listen to us. They don't listen to our voices. Our voices in the West, they make very, very little difference in central Canada and in the East where the decisions are made. Would you agree with me that that's probably the biggest issue that we face as Albertans in our position within Confederation? Our voice isn't loud enough. Well, guess who else's voices weren't very loud 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Truckers.
Guys like me. My voice was very quiet. My complaints about overtaxing and carbon tax and stuff like that were, nobody heard me. And the people that were talking about being injured by certain medical interventions, their voices weren't heard either. They're very quiet. How much has changed in 3 years? Our voices have become so loud that the government is all of a sudden starting to listen to us. This is one thing I said in the very beginning, when everyone thought they were alone in their crazy thought that we should be free to make our own decisions. I said, if we stand together and we come together for common cause and we use our voices together, all of a sudden we start to be heard. And we've started to be heard. Our current government, they've acknowledged that certain groups of people in this province have experienced some ridiculous discrimination over the past few years for no reason. They've acknowledged the fact that organizations and groups that are supposed to be there to protect us, specifically Alberta Health Services, and even the College of Physicians and Surgeons of Alberta, have failed in their duty to protect us. Our voices are starting to work, and people are starting to pay attention. So every time I have an opportunity to have a group out here to come together and use their voices for these purposes, I accept. And it's not that I don't agree with everything everyone says. Probably a lot of you have different opinions on certain things than I do, and it's very unlikely that you're going to change my mind. But at the end of the day, I'm very happy that people are using their voices and they're standing up for what they believe in. Because we spent way, way too long not doing that. Distracted by our jobs, distracted by, going on a ski trip or a sled trip or whatever. And waiting for somebody to come and save us, waiting for a politician, waiting for Jason Kenney to come from Ottawa and save us because he's such a good, strong conservative leader. That was what we thought back then, when we believed that somebody was going to save us from all of these issues that we're facing. But now we know different. We know that it's not a politician that's going to come and save us. It's not a white knight in, actually it doesn't have to be white, could be a black knight in white armor that's going to come and save us from the tyranny of the day. It's us. It's always been us. And it's always going to be us. And if we remember that, and we keep using our voices, and we keep holding these politicians accountable, and making sure that they know we're watching them, we can fix all these things. So I guess that's what I want to say today, and I'm not going to go ramble on like I usually do because it's cold. Don't stop doing what you're doing. Always use your voices. Don't let anybody tell you that you're alone in your thought that we should be free. Free men and women to live our lives as we choose, as long as we're not harming other people. Don't let anybody silence you. Don't let anybody tell you that your opinion doesn't matter. Don't let anybody tell you that your vote is wasted if you don't vote the same way as they do. And if you do that, and we continue to do the things we've been doing over the last 3 years, we can make some really amazing changes here in Alberta And I guarantee you, when we do, when Alberta becomes one of the first places to crawl out of this pit that we've been put in over the last 3 years, we're going to encourage other provinces around us and other countries around us to do the same. So the things we do in Alberta today will change the world tomorrow. And don't let anybody ever tell you anything different. Thank you. Is it karaoke time?
Yeah, I know Elwin really good. Yeah. Good. Yeah. It's a good scene up and going. Well, I'm married to Kearney. Her husband and her that's all we know. Elwin's so good.
Yeah, this is near the end of Valentine's Day, and the Whistlestop getting cold, getting dark soon. So this was our Valentine's Day gift to the farmers. A lot of people with flags everywhere.